They tell a story that with the two brothers, the Rebbe Reb Melech and the Rebbe Reb Zish, the Noyam Elimelech, Rebbe Elimelech of Lezhensk, and his brother Reb Zusha of Anipoli. They were brothers and they traveled. They would go around and travel from city to city before they became famous. They wouldn't stay in one city for more than one night. It was called Golus. They wandered in their own exile. And one day somebody informed upon them they ended up in a prison cell. The prison cell, it was packed with people. The conditions were horrible. There was not even a bathroom. Instead of a bathroom, you'll forgive me, there was a pail, a bucket in the corner, and that's what the people used. They slept through the night if they could sleep. In the morning, the Rebbe Reb Melech is crying. So Reb Zisha of Anipoli, the Heilige Rebbe Reb Zisha says, why are you crying? He says, how can I not cry? You could smell what's going on here in the cell. You can understand what it smelled like with that pail in the corner that everybody used for their physical needs, for their evacuation. You're not allowed to daven in such a place. So Reb Zusha says, why are you crying? He says, it's the first day in my life that I will not be able to say brachas, I will not be able to say shema, I will not be able to daven, because halachically with such a reyach ra, with such a smell, you can't daven. So I'm crying. So Reb Zusha says, so you won't daven. Why are you crying? You won't. He says, how can I not daven? For me, davening is the moment in the morning when I connect to my inner core, when I connect to my inner soul, when I connect to the inner core of reality, to Hashem. That's the moment I align myself with my true higher self. I'm going to be missing it this day, missing this today. And my whole day is going to be fragmented, splintered, disaligned. So the Rebbe Reb Zisha tells the Rebbe Reb Melech, he says to him, why? Who says you can't have dveikus and Ein Sof today? Who says you can't connect with truth today? The selbe Eberste was hat geheißen davenen. Hat geheißen nicht davenen. As me daven nicht, is euch a mitzvah. Euch ratzon Hashem. He said, the same God who wants you to daven every day, today, Shulchan Aruch, he says you shouldn't daven. So today, by not davening, you're fulfilling God's will. When you fulfill Hashem's will, you connect to Him. Today, you'll connect to God through not davening, because that's what He wants. He wants you not to daven, that's also what He wants. You connect Him through not davening. Avart. So instead of crying, he starts singing. It's two chassidim, so in a few minutes they were dancing. The prison inmates see two chevra dancing, they join them. They talk to them, they join them. Within a few minutes, he had Purim and Simchas Torah in the cell. The prison warden hears a commotion. He runs in and he sees 40 chevra, metans, kazatskis. They're dancing away in such joy and jubilation and ecstasy. He's astounded and he's furious. He calls over one of the Gentiles. He says, L'simcha mazu oisa. He didn't quote this pasuk in Koheles. What's this great joy? The man points to the two Jews inside the circle and he says, they're guilty. As always, the Jews instigated this behavior and they're responsible. He says, why are they dancing? What's so exciting about this place? The man says, I don't know. He says, you tell me right now or I'll put you in solitary confinement for a week. Why are they dancing? What's making them happy? And the man points to the bucket in the corner. The prison warden says, could you explain to me how that bucket can make anybody excited? He says, it's a good question, but I'll just tell you what they told us. They explained to us that as a result of that bucket, they developed a new type of relationship with their God. There was a pre-bucket relationship and a post-bucket relationship. And as a result of this bucket, a whole new consciousness, expansiveness entered into their mind and they have a whole different relationship and they're very excited about it. He says, really? He says, yeah. He says, I will teach these Jews a lesson. He picks up the bucket and he throws it out of the room. Reb Zusha turns to the Rebbe Melech and he says, Melech, jetzt kannst du davenen. My brother, Reb Melech, now you can start davening. You can put on tefillin and start davening. Bucket is out. But the story has a very profound message. In the world of the Baal Shem Tov, you're always in a relationship. Sometimes God wants you to daven, and sometimes Hashem wants you not to daven. Yasher koicha chosher shibarta. Sometimes I want your wholesome luchas, and sometimes I want your broken luchas. But you're always connected. You're always in a relationship. You're never separated. The Baal Shem Tov asks a question. I just love the question in Tzavos HaRivosh. He says, if the purpose of life is dveikus with Ein Sof, oneness, he says, how is it that so much of our life we spend in the Beis HaKisi in the bathroom, and you can't be one? Just the question is so rich. And what's his answer? He says, why do people have to go to a bathroom, to a Beis HaKavod? The answer is because the way God created the body, it's always doing avodas habirurim. The body is always separating the good from the bad, the nutritious from the refuse, from the psoilus, from the sediment. That's what our body does. You're taking a piece of food, digestion already begins on the tongue with the saliva, and the body breaks it up, and the body says, das geht la Azazel, das geht la Hashem. Das geht in Beis HaKisi, das geht in Kodesh HaKadoshim. This we're going to store fat for the for whatever, because you're going to starve probably for the next week. And this will become part of your bloodstream. And this is garbage out. That's what you do. Moshe says that's the essence of Dveikus. The essence of Dveikus is at every moment in life to be able to say, this I embrace, and this is Psilus. I don't have to embrace it and make it holy in my life. I could still pursue my values even if it's there. This I reject. He said, that's what life is.